How do you know when you're ready? When you're ready to make a change in your life, when you're ready to start something new, when you're ready to transform, I don't know, go start a new business, talk to somebody new. How do you know when it's time? In this video, we're going to bring in our our little friend, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and discuss. What's up, legend? It's Sherman here from Geek Psychology, where I help geeks, gamers, and creatives to play life better. So Miles Morales said, when will I know I'm ready? And Peter B. Parker said, you won't. It's a leap of faith. That's all it is, Miles. A leap of faith. This is from Into the Spider-Verse. And this is something that I posted in my Instagram and social stuff quite a while back now. But it just kind of keeps coming up in my mind, so I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to give you some insight into what you can do when you're like, I want to do this thing. I know I need to, but I'm afraid to. And when you're just not really sure about how to motivate yourself to actually do it. So first of all, I just want to talk a little bit about the metaphor, like leap of faith. That's scary. This isn't Assassin's Creed or something like that. Like, a leap of faith could be deadly. So I think reshaping the metaphor that you use to understand what it is really important. Like, you definitely don't want to treat every instance of I'm afraid, I gotta go do something, different as a leap of faith, unless your faith is like the holiest of holy paladins or something like that. You should really be careful with that metaphor. So reshape it, change it into something else. I'm going to just do this thing and see what happens. It's an experiment. What if you treated everything in your life as an experiment, not as this leap of faith, right? So be careful with that. But I also want to talk a little bit about the fact that, like, most of the time this is because you're probably afraid that you cannot recover from whatever happens. You might be afraid that if you do something, you're going to get some negative feedback that's going to hurt you. You're going to get shunned. You're going to lose all your money. All these things are kind of possible, and yet they're very unlikely. You can recover, you can cope, you can acclimate, you can create a new version of yourself. You can do so many different things when you're actually willing and ready to just take that action. And I know I said just take that action like it's this super simple, easy thing. And I know I often get a lot of comments of like, well, it's just not that easy. It's not that simple. And I know it's not, because if it were, then you'd already be doing it, right? This wouldn't be a discussion. Fear of failure would not be a thing that people talk about, and yet there are ways that you can train your mind, train your brain, train your physiology, train your body, train your system for who you are to actually take the steps and seek a greater, better future, so that you're not just stuck doing the same stuff that you've always done and getting the same results that you've always gotten, which are probably not the ones that you want, or this wouldn't be a conversation as well, right? Let's talk a little bit about ready, fire, aim. Now, this is another phrase, another saying. I don't remember who said it. Sorry, apologies. But whatever you're doing, whatever you want to do, whatever you're seeking, I highly recommend that you just do it. Even if you're not ready, just do it. Just take an action. Like these videos, my career in YouTube, moving to Japan, learning a language, having a child. Like, I was never like, okay, I'm ready. I'm 100% ready. I'm going to do this. This is going to be perfect. There's always this little bit of doubt, at least, boarding that plane to move to Japan, or when I was waiting in the waiting room for my daughter to be born. It was quite terrifying, because I'm like, am I really ready for this? No, I never was. And I feel like I'm doing a good job, because I'm here, like, I'm in the moment, I'm in the presence, I'm taking actions. I know that things will not be perfect. There's another saying, like, no plan survives first contact with the enemy, right? Things will always change. And also, not planning to And also, not planning is planning to fail, right? So there's this mix of like, do I be spontaneous? Do I be scheduled and make a plan? What do I do in this situation, right? Well, in my opinion, the best approach is to create some sort of plan and know that it's going to probably go foobar. You're probably just, not going to really know what to do, and then embrace what changes. And that brings us to our next point of emergence. And anything that happens, any like input you put into a system is going to change that system. So whatever you do is going to get you some feedback, right? It's going to emerge into a wider span, a bigger picture or something like that. And you're going to be able to take actions then with that new stimulus, right? With the new things that are there. Right? If you talk to somebody, you don't just have a plan and say, this is exactly what I'm going to say for our whole, 5-minute, 10-minute conversation, and nothing's going to change. No, it doesn't work like that, right? There's going to be something that happens. They're going to say something. They're going to have an opinion, a belief. They're going to do something. A garbage truck's going to drive by. Like, there's going to be something that happens that creates this emergent that is different than you expected. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm going to say that again. There's going to be something that happens that's going to create an emergent that's different than you expected, and that's okay. You'll be fine. And that's how you learn. That's the beauty of transformation, right? The caterpillar turns into a butterfly, right? It has to. Do you think it's ready? Do you think it's like, I'm ready to melt my entire body into this cocoon and then emerge into something else? Probably not. I'm sure they're not like, I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be fun as I dissolve and melt in this cocoon. Yeah, it's not going to happen. And yet, on the other side is something different. Unless you're afraid of butterflies, then that's something else that maybe we can talk about later. But really, I just want you to know, like, it's important that you follow your heart, you follow your gut, you follow your beliefs, you do what you're irrationally passionate about. What you're irrationally passionate about is extremely important, because there's some sort of link in there to you, to your beliefs, to your values, to your higher level of identity, to your vision, to your purpose, and you are the one that's going to make that happen. I can't make it happen for you. Nobody can. And nobody can say, or they probably shouldn't say, you're ready now. Like that's like an old school kung fu like adage. Is that the right word? I don't know. Oh, you're ready now. You're ready to go out and to explore the wild, to challenge your dragons, to fight for our school, or whatever it is. There is no ready, in my opinion. There's just more resourceful, more flexible, more willing, and better equipped. And if you're ready to actually take actions that you need to, but you're afraid of, how do I get past this? How do I get the maybe the motivation's there, but you're still just afraid to do it. I suggest you go to nomorefearoffailure.geekpsychology.com. You can get the mini course in there. You get a couple videos, one on mindset, one on emotions, clearing out all the negative stuff, the baggage and obstacles and all that stuff, and one to help you take better actions. Plus, there's a hypnosis track as well to kind of align your unconscious and conscious mind to really just make it easier to take those actions, even if you don't feel like you're ready. And even if you're not ready, I suggest you go to nomorefearoffailure.geekpsychology.com. Let me know down below in the comments what helped you in this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. I feel like I had to sing. I don't know. Just kind of wanted to sing. You got what I need. But you say he's just a friend. But you say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you got what I need. And we just fade out right there.